Happy Monday to you, everyone. I hope you are doing well on this day. You're ready to get started with your week here. Get ready to get started training your dog. Today, I want to talk about a really important subject briefly here about emotions. You know, we're humans. We have emotions, and we should not make excuses for that. It's just part of being a human. And when I wrote in my book, Embracing the Wild in Your Dog, I talked about in a chapter titled The Path of Three Prints. And I meant it. Anytime you're trying to solve a dog problem or you're trying to fit a dog into a household equation, you need to take into consideration three parts. The wolf part, the ancestry of the dog itself, and the human. And sometimes we just don't do that. And we get trapped being just humans, only one part of a triangle. If you don't mind, I'd like to read from you real quickly a paragraph from a book titled The New Anthropomorphism, and it is written by John S. Kennedy back in 1992, and he's a former professor of animal studies at the University of London. I love this paragraph, so pay attention to it. Here it comes. We are compulsive anthropomorphizers, always on the lookout for behaviors that mimic, even superficially, human social phenomena, such as loyalty, betrayal, and reciprocity. Our cognitive ability to ascribe motives to others is a large part of what makes us human. It truly is. But such cleverness is the start of our undoing when we're up against an evolutionary sharpshooter like the dog. We are primed to seize on what are, in truth, fundamental programmed behaviors in dogs and read into them extravagant tales of love, fidelity, and betrayal. Often dogs need no more than to be their simple selves to amaze and beguile us. That is the absolute truth. Fantastic book, by the way, The New Anthropomorphism by John S. Kennedy. Okay. So, here's the deal. The reason why I'm doing this video today is because, again, I'm always surfing the internet, always being on the watch out, because I feel part of my responsibility is to really help you guys see things the way that you need to see them. There's no chance that you're going to succeed with your dog unless you have some smattering of logic applied to your condition and also to the condition of your dog. You have to take everything into account. And right now there's a little bit of a spat going on out there, and I'm not going to name names and point in any direction. I'm just telling you that someone said they were angry with their dog, and then a whole bunch of other people jumped on board and said, well, how dare you be angry at your dog? I'm sorry. I've been angry at Captain. Heck yeah, I have. It's been more than a few times I've been angry at him. I've been angry at every animal I've owned. I've been angry at myself. Probably been angry at you guys every now and then. Heck, you need to start getting on board a little bit more, start sharing more of these videos. Okay, so that being said, we're just humans, and we're uniquely humans. And as John S. Kennedy said in his book, we just tend to give those same feelings and ascribe those same motives to everyone else. Well, in this particular situation, the person, the trainer, the dog owner, is trying to teach their dog to lie down, and they've been luring their dog into a down. But when the owner doesn't use treats, the dog won't lie down, and now she's angry at the dog. Again, I don't know if it's the right words to use, but nevertheless, a whole bunch of people jumped on board with that, and I'm just here to tell you right now, let's just go over a few things real quick. There are many books out there that can definitely help you, and if you manage to purchase those books and read those books, they will help you and help guide you in all facets of your life, not just your dog ownership life, your personal lives and your own relationships. And one of my favorite books out there, and I mentioned it before, is Crucial Conversations. I absolutely love this one section of the book. So take a screenshot of this board here, because all these notes, this is all that you need. I'm just going to be honest with you. These notes right here are all you need to solve problems with your dogs to at least get started on the right path. Okay, Crucial Conversations. What did you see and hear? Okay, so why are you angry at your dog? Your dog didn't lie down. Okay, so here's what you see and what you hear. I gave treats and the dog lied down. I didn't offer up a treat and the dog didn't lie down. So what did you see and hear? The dog didn't lie down when I didn't have a treat. Got it. Now, what story did you tell yourself? Yeah, we're human. So what story did you tell yourself? Is the dog taking advantage of me? Do I have to bribe my dog into a down with a treat? Is the dog just taking over the situation, taking over me? Hey, what about me? Am I Skip? You don't want to do it for me? That list goes on and on and on. Oh, you'd be amazed at the stories we will tell ourselves when we read something, when we hear something, we watch other people. And then, after you tell yourself that story, how did it make you feel? Betrayed? Frustrated? Angry? And then after that, what actions did you take? So the first three of these are not so much as important as the number 4. What actions did you take? What actions? But guys, when you're out there training your dog, and I kid you not, even when you are dealing with a conversation with a family, with a coworker, your boss, I don't care who it is. I don't care. The second you start to become angry, you're upset, frustrated, confused, pause. Kid you not, pause. I was going to bring it on here today, but I felt like standing up today and marking on this board, but I have a little top. Kid you not, it's a little top on a little round disc. And it's called Forever Spin. It's from a company called Forever Spin. And when I feel those emotions coming on me, I'll pause and spin that top. And when they quit spinning, sometimes if I do it really good, and I am starting to get pretty good at it, at risk of sounding arrogant, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe people are going, how many times have you been upset? Yeah, okay, well anyway, my top, it spins. And when it quits spinning, I'm over it. I'm moving on. I'm like a dog at that moment, moving on. But during that time while spinning, I think a little bit. Hey, Bryan, I do the same thing to myself. What did I see and hear? What story did I just tell myself? How did it make me feel? But before I take actions on that, I spin a little top. There's a lot of ways that you guys can do that. Back in survival, when I was doing survival training and surviving up in the Alaskan wild and being taught by my mentor, that's one of the first things he always said to do. Anytime you get yourself in a tight spot, as long as you can afford it. Again, if you're being run down by a bear, you're being run down by a wolf, or an avalanche has come down the side of the mountain, you cannot sit down and pause. But if you're lost, or you've lost some of your equipment has failed, or the weather has set in on you, as best you can, anytime you're in a dire situation in life, try to hit the pause button for a second. Sit down, think, breathe. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for. You really are. And if you get another opportunity, just write it down. Write it down. Yeah, that'll take some of the emotions out of it. Write it down. And at least make the problem, if it's big, feel insignificant. Okay, so that's some advice right there. The next set of advice is this. I've said it 1,000 times, and you're going to get 1,000 more. So you got to know it by now. Attention, motivation, cognition. AMC. Any poor performance on the part of your dog during any training evolution can be blamed directly on either one of these or all three. So again, when you pause and you start to think, peel this thing apart. Peel it apart. Be a scientist. Get outside that bubble of emotions. Look at it. Okay, did I have my dog's attention during that moment? Is my dog motivated to do the behavior I'm trying to get it to perform? And what about cognition? Am I tapping into natural instinct, or am I parking something human-like in there? Are they old enough? Are they smart enough? Have they been exposed enough to understand what it is I'm trying to teach? Animal behavior studies are meaningless and useless unless the test fits the natural characteristics of the animal. You cannot give a test to an animal if an animal wouldn't normally do that. That'd be like asking a squirrel to count to 10, when counting is not really important for a squirrel. Make sure you do this. Do it. And then keep this last one. As Dr. Franz de Waal says, we cannot stand the absence of logic. We cannot handle that void. It's like some people can't be quiet and pause when they talk. They got to fill the space with something. You don't do that. You don't fill the space with meaningless space taker-uppers, for lack of a better term. You think, you pause, you feel that with what is reasonable, what is logical. If you can't stand the absence of logic, then park logic in there. Don't go parking a bunch of assumptions. I'm assuming this. You don't know how your animal feels right at that moment for sure. Only if you've had that animal for years and years. In the next couple of days, I'm going to be talking about animal personalities. And with some personalities, if they persist over long periods of time, will then provide you with predictability anytime the animal is exposed to a new situation. That I get. But make sure you work your way through this. There's a reason for it. And I'm here to tell you that reason is not some of the human reasons that would cause us to not do the behavior for you. Animals don't betray us. Animals don't do anything out of spite. They never become angry at us. Keep that in your head, because it's the absolute truth. And if you can't buy that, then you need to stop training and sit back and observe your dog for a few thousand hours. Observe its natural, spontaneous behavior under a variety of conditions so that you will start to understand what it is I'm telling you. Because this is the truth. So don't be parking in there all those human things that just clutter everything up and just make it so difficult and so hard on you. Now you're feeling bad. Now you're feeling angry. Now you're frustrated. And now your dog, who's only 5 feet away from you, is looking at you going, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I can't concentrate on down. How can I concentrate on down when something's wrong here? And now they're looking around, checking out their environment. What the heck's around here? What's going on? What's happening here? There's always a reason. There's always a logical reason. So get it. What did you see and hear? What story did you tell yourself after you saw and heard? Then how did that make you feel? And then what actions did you take? And if you need to pause for a second and do that all in reverse. All in reverse. Take into account, what action am I going to take? What action did I take? What can I undo? And let's trace this thing all the way backwards. Taking into account attention, motivation, cognition. Always. One of them or all three can always be blamed for your dog's poor performance in anything that it does. And we cannot stand the absence of logic. So make sure you park logic in there. Do that. And then lastly, if you're part of any sort of social media group out there, I don't care what it is, it's social media. And I wish they would put social support media. Yeah, maybe that make people pause for a second. Because when you're out there and you are commenting on something someone has said or something someone has done, don't comment at all unless you can bring something to the pool of meaning. The pool of meaning. Bring support. Empathize with them. Get something that they can use. Not something that just tears them down and all you do is bring something to the pool of mean. Don't do that. No, we're all in this together. I'm in it with you. We're all in this together. Let's work together. Because you happen to own an animal that cannot save itself. Think about that for a moment. Maybe it doesn't down for you right that moment. Maybe it doesn't understand the signal. Maybe the treat was part of the signal suite. Yeah, see? Think about it. Maybe it's your posture. Do you change your posture when you take away the treat? I've had dogs lay down next to me. Down, 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 200 times. Suddenly I shift my body and face them, tell them down, they don't do it. Why? They're not used to that. That's not the signal. The signal is them looking up and to the right and seeing Bryan's body, hearing the word down, a hand signal with my right arm. I've even had clients come in after I trained their dog to lay down with just my pointing with my right hand because I'm a right-handed human. And they walk in their left hand, they go down, the dog doesn't do it. Welcome to being a dog. Think it through every single step. Try to come up with approximate cause. That's called a hypothesis. You get to guess. Well, guess. And then test it. And all of a sudden you try with the left hand. And you go, say, well, let me try the other hand. Dog down. Say, hey, whoa, hey, whoa. Okay, let's just check, see if I got onto something here. Do it again. Dog does. Sweet. I am moving down the road. I think I just picked up on something here. Give yourself credit, people. You're way smarter than some of the stuff that I see out there. Be smart. Be smart. Your dogs count on you being smart. And I'm counting on you, and every other dog owner's counting on you for social support. Support your brother. Support your sister. If they own a dog, they're family. And family takes care of family. Period. All right, that's it, man. I'm getting off of my podium here, or out from behind my podium. I preached enough. I got the week started right here. Welcome to Monday. Okay, but let's get started right. You guys take notes. Here, I'm going to move out of the way. You screenshot that. Screenshot. Okay? Because that's all you need. That's all you need. And you'll get it done. Okay? You have any questions? You run into the wall? I'll help you get over that wall. Send it to me. So I have these Facebook Lives are. People asking me, Bryan, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Have you done a Facebook Live on this subject before? Well, not directly, but I danced all around the darn thing. Well, I will approach it directly. Reach out to me. Reach out to one another. Support one another. Okay? Now that we got the week start off right, start right in right. Come Sunday, we'll make sure I'm going to look back on this. We'll make sure you've had a good week. And I know you are. I got total faith in you. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Okay, if you have a screenshot, take it one more time. Goodbye.